Hello, class. This is pre-algebra 1.2, and today we're going to be comparing numbers. You already know how to do this. Sometimes you do this without even thinking about it. If I were to tell you which one is worth more, if you had 3 or if you had 7. Let's say you had 3 apples over here and 7 apples over here. Which one has a greater value? Well, there's a couple ways you can do this. You can already know that the number 3 represents 3 things. One, 2, 3. And that 7 represents 7 things, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and another 7. So it's very clear that these 7 apples are more than these 3. And how much are they more by? Well, by another 1, 2, 3, 4. If you would to add 4 more to your 3 apples, you would get 7 apples, okay? There's another way. You can also do it on a number line. You have 0 right here. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Between the numbers 7 and 3, which one is more? Well, it's very clear that 7 is further than 3 by 4. Now, how do I represent that in math? It's very easy. All I have to say is 3, and then I have a little thing called a caret here, or an arrow. That arrow tells me which is the bigger number. And in this case, 7 is the bigger number. This says 3 is smaller than 7, or 3 is less than 7. It also says that 7 is greater than 3. You can say it either way you'd like. It only depends on which way the arrow is opening up towards. Some people say that this is an alligator mouth, and the alligator always likes to eat the largest number. You could also write this like this number like this. You could put 7 in front. As long as the alligator mouth is continually going towards the larger number, it doesn't matter which way you put it. And you could still say 7 is greater than 3 or 3 is less than 7. Okay? That's all we're doing today. So let's look at some larger numbers. If I gave you the number 8,402, and I told you to compare it to the number 453, which one do you think is worth more? The 8,402 or the 453? Right. Hopefully you said the 8,402. So my alligator mouth or my arrow would be opening up towards the larger number. It's opening up to eat it, right? All right. How could you represent this with the place values we learned earlier? Well, I could say to myself, the 2 is worth 2 $1 bills. There are no 10s. The 4 is worth 4 hundreds. I passed the 1,000 comma. And my 8s are worth, or this 8 is worth 8 1,000s, right? 8 $1,000 bills. That's 2, that's 3, that's 4, that's 5, that's 6, that's 7, that's 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So already I have 8 thousands here, okay? Let's see how many I have over here. Well, it's obvious that I don't even have 1,000 to deal with. So clearly it's already smaller. 453 is already smaller than 8,402. But just to show you, I say my 3 is worth 3 $1. My 5 is worth 5 10s, or 5 $10 bills. That's 4. That's 5. And then my 4 is worth 400. 1 That's 1,000, sorry. 2, 3, 4. And clearly I don't have any thousands, so it can't even come close, right? So I've got 8,402 versus 453. The other way I could have done this is simple. I could have put 8,402 on top and 453 like this. And it's clear that the 8,000 has more spaces and more numbers in it. You could have subtracted and you could have done the math to figure out how much larger 8,000 is than 453. Let's try another one. If I gave you the numbers, ooh, here we go. 5,821. And I told you to compare it to 5,921. Which one would you say is larger? Yes, I hope you said this one. 5,921. The alligator is eating the larger one. And let's see why. Some of you might say, but there's so many numbers that are the exact same, and they have the same amount of digits. True, but the value of each digit is not the same. Watch this. In 5,821, there is one $1. In 5,921, there's also just one $1. Let's move to the tens. This one has two tens. Well, this one also has two tens. Ah, but here's the difference. This one has 8 100s. And the other one, that's 6 100s. That's 7, that's 8. The other one only, oh, the other one has more. It has 9, right? So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 9 hundreds. 9 100s are more than 8 100s. But let's check the last number just to be sure. This one has 5,000s. This one has 5,000s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, sorry, I'm just counting the numbers, sorry. That's 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000. That's 1,000, 2,000, 3,000s, 4,000s, 5,000s. So with every other number, they're equal except for the hundreds place, where this has 8 hundreds and this one has 9. So therefore, because this one has literally one more 100 than the other one, this is a bigger number. I can ask you another way. What would you rather have? $5,921 or $5,821? Most people are picking this one. All right, and then finally, let's do one where they're equal. The equal ones are very simple. They look exactly alike. Which one's bigger, 20,100 or 20,100? Well, they're the exact same. So you just put an equal sign. All right, let's review. So if you have a large number, like let's say 100, and you're comparing it against a smaller number, like let's say 30, the alligator mouth eats the larger one. And you could put it in any direction you want, as long as the alligator is eating the larger one. And all you need to do is look at it to read it correctly. You can say 100 is greater than 30. There was nothing tricky there. I didn't memorize anything. I literally just looked at it and said, oh, it's clear that 100 is greater than 30. And this one, you could say 30 and then is less than 100. Again, I didn't do anything fancy. I just literally looked at it and said, oh, 30 is in fact less than 100. Either way works. So I hope you learned something today, and we will see you in the next video. Stay classy.